Hello and welcome to Soft Hints. In this video I want to present cumsum, or how to calculate cumulative sum with Python and Pandas per group for data frames. I will start with a basic introduction of this function cumsum. You can find more information here. And then I will do some advanced examples about calculating information from groups based on these tables. You can see the examples here. They are like data frames, and we can group on several columns, or we can group even on 3 columns. And finally I will show you a way of converting string to date with Pandas. Before to start with all this, I wanted to mention about a joke and some boring people which always complain about your code that you're using too many variables, methods and other stuff like this. You can see the other joke from commit strip, and this guy who is blaming this one about using too much memory and bytes. And finally it seems that this guy is using Java, and you can see that he is the one who is to be blamed. Do you have similar friends, and are you this kind of person who is blaming other guys for their code but they have problems in their code? Please do share in the comment section below. So let's move on our examples. First you can see the basic usage of cumulative sum. We have this series here. We have to, none, which is similar to none, but it's optimized to be used with Pandas, and it's better for some vectorized operations. You can find more information on internet if you want. For this example you will not have a difference if you're using np.nan or none. And then we have 5, -1 and 0. We can execute this example and see the outputs. First we have the series, then after we have cumulative sum, which means that after each element we are adding the previous. Here we have 2, then we have none, we are not adding anything, then we have 5, so we have 7, 2 plus 5 is 7, then we are adding -1, which is 6, and finally we have 6 plus 0, which is 6. So this is cumulative sum, adding a new element to the sum each time when we have an iteration. If you want to take into account non-values, then you can add this parameter, skip not available equal to false, and this is the result of this parameter. After the not available value we will skip out the rest and we will print only none. Then you can do the same cumulative sum for a range. For example, here you can do it from 0 to 10, or even you can calculate the Gauss problem, which is calculate the integers from 1 to 100. You can find the problem here. It seems that the teacher of Gauss wanted to keep him busy for a long time, and as he was a young boy he didn't expect that he can calculate this sum so early, but he was a clever guy and he finished very easily by using a formula. And do you like to use formulas and maths? This is also interesting for me. I like to use, but I'm not so smart to be able to write formulas like Carl Friedrich Gauss. So let's see the next example. We have this data frame with basically 3 columns: date, company and promotions, and we can see the information. First we have the data frame printed as it is. We have information for a company, then we have a date, and we have some promotions. And let's say that you want to see the aggregated information per company, then per date, and cumulative sum per these dates. And you can see them here. You can see the final one is on the final date for each company. This is the code. First you're grouping by your columns. For this example, company and date. Then you're doing a sum. Then again you're doing a group by on level 0, and finally you're using cumulative sum. And as you can see, for 4th of September for Samsung we have only 4. On the next date we have 54 and the sum is 58. You can reuse this example for your needs, or you can adapt it depending on what exactly do you need. Next example is a bit similar. We can see it here. You have 4 columns: company, date, country and sales. And now we are grouping on country, then company, and finally on the date. Let's see what is the result of this code example. You can see that now we have country, then we have company and dates, and again we have cumulative sum. You can notice that dates are not sorted, and here we have 10 of October, here we have 9th of October, which means that we are sorting these dates as strings and not as dates, which could be a problem for you. This can be easily solved with Pandas and Python especially. I will show this in the next example. So you can very easily convert a Python column from which one to another one as a type by using this syntax here. We are getting this data frame with column date, we are converting the column date to date time, and finally we are changing the data frame, and finally we execute exactly the same code. And let's check the result. Here you can see we have 10-9, and the same is here. After the execution of this, you can see that we have a better date format, and we have a sort which is in ascending order, and this is really better than using dates as strings. You can see that again we have data frame, we have a grouping of this data frame on columns. You can change the order in order to change the columns here. Then we are doing a sum, group by again on level 0, and finally we are calculating the cumulative sum. So that's all for Pandas and how to calculate cumulative sum. If you have any questions, as always, post them in the video below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.